Good morning, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We just moved the animals onto a fresh paddock here. It's December 30th. So we're one day away from New Year's Eve. Cattle are going onto a fresh strip of Stockpile this morning. And Isaac and I are moving them. And Ben went home to Massachusetts for his Christmas holiday season. So Isaac went first, and then Ben is covered for Isaac, and now Isaac's covering for Ben. So that's pretty awesome. And I know Ben hadn't been home since he got here in March. That's a long time. So I'm sure his family is anxious to see him and enjoy the holidays with their significant addition to their family, Ben. So anyway, we're going to be moving them off of this farm. Let's see, we have one more paddock, which is on the other side of those trees over there. That'll be tonight. So New Year's Eve day, we'll be making a cattle drive onto another farm from here. So this is the last, you might say the last full day we're going to be here. And yeah, look at that. Fescue, Kentucky 31 fescue. It's still green. And we had it's right at 4 below zero wind chill the other day. That was the morning I got a little frostbite on the tip of my thumb, which wasn't the smartest thing, but should have had a better pair of gloves on. I thought I had insulated gloves, but the weather told me different. But anyway, look at this. Everybody around here is feeding hay. I can promise you that hay they're feeding is not as good as this. Well, they say 80% of the cost of running a cow is encountered in the winter period, the dormant, non-growing season. What if you can do this? That cow's feeding itself. We're not feeding it. Now we're going to put out one bale of dry matter just because we got a bunch of this, we call it, it's pretty rank hay up there. There's only 6 bales left. I'll be glad to get rid of it, and then we can go to our good stuff. But, you know, we've got a lot of stockpile in front of us. I'm not sure we're going to have to feed much hay. We do just give them one for dry matter and just kind of give them something to chew on when they get filled up. And we're also feeding the soil. I like putting some armor down on the soil, just kind of giving back. That's the beautiful thing about grazing. You are putting back, you're not taking out like you are if you're constantly removing, you know, something from your farm in the form of, you know, soil where you're tilling it. I wanted to show you all something. So we got right at an inch of rain last night. And it's 30 degrees out here this morning, 32 because it's not froze. This is probably 34. We got about an inch and a half of snow yesterday, and it's all gone now. Compliments of that nice warmer rain. It actually started heating up last night in the middle of the night. So I think this morning they're saying it's 36 degrees out here. But I just wanted to show you what 375 head did to this pasture in a rainstorm. I mean, it rained pretty much all night. I could hear it hitting the roof pretty much all night. Our truck bed this morning had, you know, over an inch of rain in it. And it's wintertime. And so this is what, you know, good mud conditions. And I'm going to show you the damage that we got. And that's, they got up here against this woods to try and get out of the wind. They didn't try, they did. And so we had a bunch of them packed right against this tree line over here. And I'm going to show you the extent of the damage of a 900 to 1,000 pound cow herd, 375 head in here. This is it. I mean, look at this. There's still sod here, folks. Looks like maybe some deer hooves in here or something. You know, I don't see a pug mark here over an inch deep. And this is rain all night last night, and we had moisture in the ground before the rain came. And they did this. I mean, come on. I'm going to rest my case. Big cows will absolutely put you out of the grazing business. I mean, look at this. To give you an example, I'll put my finger down there. Right there. That's it. That's how deep it is. That's about an inch. And they stirred back and forth here all night long. Right there is where they went around the corner. There's a fence right there. But look at that. And this will be recovered by April. I mean, there's still grass. There's still grass in here. And we're not going to be back here till April. So it's going to get January, February, March. It's going to get 90 days. And right when the spring flush takes off, I'm going to guess this might be the best pasture, the best grass in the pasture right here, because it got a lot of density on it. It got a lot of tramp, a lot of manure, a lot of urine. So this grass, when it comes up, it's going to be like rocket fuel. Like it got a shot of rocket fuel. Here's a little path. Now this was done in one night. They were walking back that way to get water. Okay. So if I'd have had that herd, let's just say they averaged 1,400 pounds, I would be crying this morning because they would have destroyed this whole paddock, and it'd probably take it 2 years for it to recover. Folks, you can't make money destroying your pastures, and people say, well, that's why we lock them up. That's why we have a sacrifice lot. Well, okay. If you want to feed all your nutrients, you're on hay, because in that sacrifice lot there sure isn't any grass. And you're going to feed hay there all winter in that mud lot. Your cattle get mud froze all over them. Now you're getting all kinds of nasties, like disease. You definitely probably should be worming them, because they've been exposed to parasites all winter long. There's the way they live, folks. That's the way it was intended for them to live. They're a ruminant. They belong on the land. They don't belong up in a sacrifice lot. But I can understand why people do it, because I'd be doing the exact same thing if I had big cattle. This is a clay base out here. This isn't sand. If you had a sand base, maybe it wouldn't be that big of an issue. You wouldn't pug like you do here on this clay. But if you got loamy soil or any type of clay, you're going to leave some pug marks. And when I say pug marks, I'm talking 8 to 10 inches deep with 1,400 pound cows. So it's up to you. I mean, if you want to leave them up in a mud lot all winter and feed hay with the tractor in there, that's fine, I guess. But it's not good for the cattle, and it's not good for your pocketbook, and it's not good for the land. So I really think that to make a good living today on land, I'm talking about a grazing type operation, you've got to get your cow size at the right optimal size, and that's somewhere between 900 to 1,100. Grandma, where's she at? Here she is. Grandma's one of the older South Poles. This is one we got from Teddy 18 years ago. She was a 3-year-old, just had her second calf, I believe, when we got her. But anyway, look at that. She'd be 1,100 pounds, that cow. There's a cow right beside her, right there. That's a young heifer. She's 900. So I like a 900,000 pound cow here in central Missouri. And it's all about the impact on the land. If you want to leave holes all over the place, you're going to get that with the bigger animals. So we don't want that. We don't want to destroy our pastures. We want our animals to have a good diet of this winter stockpile. And then we move them on to another clean piece. Do y'all see any mud out here? The only mud you're going to see on our cattle will be on their hooves, maybe the hair right above their hooves where they camped out over there in that area against that woods. But you're not going to see any mud on their hair coat. Look at that, they're clean. If you had these animals up in the sacrifice lot last night during that 1-inch rain all night long, it would look like you took them in there and just rolled them around in it. They'd be just covered in mud. Well, how do you think animals stay warm in the winter? A dry winter hair coat, not coated with mud. And so keep the mud off the hair of your animals and they won't eat as much. They don't need as much to stay warm. So it's just good hygiene. It just makes good sense and it's good health. I like animals that are happy. These animals are happy. They're just absolutely going through here tearing it up. I like to see cows tearing up fescue in the wintertime because I didn't have to buy that. It just grew. Now it took Isaac and Ben and Jan and I managing that correctly so we'll have something. And that's what we teach on our grazing school, is how to do this. Unfortunately, our May school is already sold out. And Jan and I are talking about possibly doing a September school, but we haven't set any dates yet. But you can keep track on our website, greenpasturesfarm.net. If we do announce it, it'll be on there. Hey, Ada, how you doing? Golly, look at the gut on that cow. Think she's got some room to hold grass? Absolutely. That's what you want. You gotta have gut. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. Isaac and I are gonna give them the dry matter up here. We got one of them old bales, and we're gonna be going on to the big farm in the next 36 hours. Well, we're gonna have some grass over there. Wait till y'all see that. Anyway, hit that subscribe button for you new viewers on the way out if you would. And, oh, there's an eagle. Look at that eagle. Oh, he's coming toward me. I'm gonna keep this going. Come on, eagle, come over here. Come on. He's actually going toward the guard dogs and the sheep. There he is, see? He's not gonna come over. He's following the creek. Beautiful. Big old bald eagle. That's a treat on a cold December morning. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Hit that subscribe button and that like on the way out, and we'll see you all down the road.